The movie starts in a casino, and we see a hired assassin named Annabelle walking in the street heading there. There are a lot of people watching the place and waiting for her. We see someone asking those watching to kill them both, and the other person he means is King, who's inside the casino. King is sitting inside waiting for her, and as soon as she enters the place, they start coming in after her to kill them. Annabelle meets King and asks him what he wants from her. He pulls out a photo from his pocket showing Gene Wyatt's and his son Alberto, who left El Salvador and migrated to America when Alberto was 13 years old. Annabelle replies and tells him she doesn't kill kids, and all her work is with adults only. King cuts her off and tells her he doesn't want her to kill him. Their grandfather is the one who hired him to find them, and he doesn't need anything except her help because she's the only one who can do it. Also, he's gotten old and can't really do things for people anymore. He barely handles his own business. Annabelle replies and asks him, "What exactly do you need from me, King?" He asks her, "Do you know anything about acquired savant syndrome?" She answers, "No, but I know there are men outside from Africa and the Middle East, and they're coming to kill him." King sees them and asks Annabelle to leave, saying he'll try to distract them and make them chase after him. King quickly runs to the bathroom, and Annabelle stays in her place. Then a shootout starts inside the place, and everyone starts running outside. There's a sniper sitting in a car from the gang, waiting for them to show up. The men follow King and start shooting up all the bathrooms. We see King writing a message on his arm. We'll find out what it says later. When they enter the bathroom he's hiding in, he jumps out at them, and a fight starts. King manages to kill one of them and keeps fighting the other, who almost grabs his gun to shoot King. But King has pain spray and hits him below the belt. After he finishes them off, he leaves the place. Back to Annabelle, who leaves and walks through the crowd. The sniper can't kill her because of all the people in cars. Then he points his rifle at King and shoots him. King falls to the ground. We cut to Deputy Mary's office. She gets a call from the LAPD asking her to come to the morgue to identify King's body. Mary goes and recognizes the body, telling them it's Remy King, her former boss at the Financial Crimes Unit. She asks the officer if he had a wallet or any papers to give them a clue about the case, and why she was the only one they called. He tells her he had something on him, and it took them a while to find her. "We called you because your number was in his emergency contacts," he says. Then the officer shows her King's arm with a message written on it. "Find the accountant." He thinks it's a financial crime issue, and that's why he died. But he's wrong, and we'll find out why soon. Now we go to our movie's main character, Christian Wolff, or the accountant, who has an AI assistant that schedules his meetings, picks his outfits, and he basically talks to it about everything. He signs up for a dating app to find a girl to date, and he manages to edit his profile smartly because he knows what girls like in a guy, how he should dress, and he puts all of that into his photo and writes stuff about himself to trick them into liking him. Christian goes out to the event organized by the dating app, and we see all the girls running toward him as soon as they see him. But the moment they talk to him, they walk away because he's not good for life or marriage. The event organizers come up to him and ask, "Did you trick the system or what?" He tells them he just improved his profile. That's it, nothing more. All the girls who sat with him leave and go sit with other guys, and he ends up sitting alone the whole time. Then we see Mary at King's apartment. The owners tell her he rented the place 2 months ago and didn't pay for the third. She starts searching the place until she finds a card with the name Christian Wolff on it, along with some photos and documents. She goes through them and asks the owners how much the third month's rent is, so she can pay it and stay there. She calls Harbor Academy of Neuroscience and asks if Christian is part of the staff. The receptionist tells her he hasn't been around for a long time. Then Mary asks about 3 other names, Keller, Charles, or Lewis. But the receptionist tells her they're also not around. Mary keeps asking about a former student whose father was in the army. The receptionist gets annoyed and tells her, "I'm done with my shift today. You can call tomorrow and they'll help you." Mary says, "Fine, give me the accounts manager's number. I'll talk to her." And she keeps talking, saying she has pictures of crime scenes, invoices, and maps of Central America and Mexico, and tells her that Remy King was killed. While she's talking, a girl in a room tracks her location with GPS and listens to the whole call. The receptionist has had enough and hangs up on her. Then we cut to the fish market, and we see the gang boss talking to Tony, his right-hand man, the sniper who killed King. The boss asks Tony, "How come 4 professional killers couldn't take down Annabelle?" Tony replies, "She knew we were after her and King. Also, she ignored you. If she wanted to kill you, you'd be dead already." The boss remembers a flashback. He was negotiating with 3 people who had work problems, had pissed off someone, and were scared of what might happen. Annabelle walks in and shoots the 3 of them with her pistol, leaves the boss alive, and walks away. Back to Tony, who says she didn't recognize his face back then. The boss replies, "One day, she'll know who I am and what I did, and she'll kill me." Then he tells Tony to leave the country immediately. They don't want any more trouble. Next, we go to Mary, who starts digging deeper into King's case. She goes to a car garage to compare cars with the photos she found. Christian is secretly following her. As soon as she sees him, Mary pulls her gun, and he asks her to calm down and not do anything crazy. Mary remembers Christian from the photos she found and says, "You're Christian, right?" He says, "And you're Mary," and asks if he scared her. She says, "You escaped prison and you've got a ton of charges. You even work with money launderers." She tells him she saw him killing men in Brooklyn and how brave he was with King. Mary asks him, "Do you like puzzles, Christian?" He says, "They're like dental floss to me." Mary takes him, and they head to King's house. They stick the photos on the wall, and Christian starts looking at them, connecting the dots. Mary tells him that King is dead, and that the people who killed him were from the Chilean Special Forces. She shows him pictures of people who were killed, all hung up on the wall, and starts explaining who they are. She notices Christian already knows the names of the others. He knows them all. Then we cut to Texas, and we see Gino's grandpa, who had hired King to find his family. But unfortunately, someone shoots him in the head with a sniper. Back to Mary and Christian. They're analyzing the photos, trying to figure something out. Mary falls asleep from exhaustion, and Christian stays next to her all night. In the morning, Mary wakes up and is shocked that Christian figured out a lot from the photos and even solved part of the case. He starts explaining to her that the pattern is all about survival, that they'll fight to stay alive. And here, he's talking about the 3 people in the photo, especially one named Addis. Mary says, "So that means Amy is Addis?" Then they head out to a pizza place and ask the owner about Addis. He says he doesn't know anyone by that name, but they're suspicious of him. Christian starts doing his thing, accounting. He pulls out a tax report for the pizza shop and starts interrogating the owner, calculating everything. Turns out, the pizza shop owner is making a ton of money because he's laundering cash through the place. The owner curses at Christian, and a big fight breaks out. The place's security tries to stop him, but Christian beats them all up, grabs the owner, ties him up, and asks him, "Where's all this money coming from? Tell me, or I'll kill you." The guy starts talking and says he's not the one trafficking women. It's someone else he deals with only by phone. Christian gets the info he needs and leaves. In the car, Mary yells at him and says, "Why did you hit him? I work with the government. You can't do stuff like that." She tells him not to act that way again. Now we jump to Berlin, Germany. A guy named Braxton is talking to a woman named Margaret about dogs. He goes to sit with her, and it's clear she's scared of him because he looks crazy. He gets a call while sitting with her. It's from his brother Christian, asking for help. But Braxton hangs up. Christian calls again and tells him that last time he helped, he almost got killed. Christian tells him to be in California within 24 hours, then hangs up on him again. Braxton leaves, and we find out Margaret was scared of him because he killed everyone in the place. Back to Christian and Mary. They're waiting for his brother. Mary asks, "Does your brother know anything about the case?" Christian says he knows a lot. She asks, "When was the last time you saw him?" He says about 8 years ago. Braxton shows up, meets Mary and his brother, and they all go to find 3 girls. They give them money and ask for help. The girls start arguing, and 2 of them leave. One girl stays and asks for more money since she's risking her life. She tells them Thomas is a bad guy and asks what they'll do to him if they catch him. They tell her they'll hurt him and kill him. The girl pulls out her phone, calls Thomas, and tells him to come save her because some people caught her and won't let her go. She gives him the address. Meanwhile, Mary calls to check on the investigation. They tell her Gino's grandfather was killed and that his daughter and grandchild went missing 7 years ago. She asks what happened to them, and they say a human trafficking gang took them to demand ransom, and if they didn't get the money, they'd either kill them or sell them. They show her a picture of Gino's grandpa dead, and she hangs up because a strange man enters Christian and Braxton's place. As soon as they open the door for him, they knock Braxton out and shove him in the trunk. Christian calls the AI assistant he talks to and asks her to make all the traffic lights green so he can get through. He also asks her to find out who King was meeting before he died. They get to his house and start checking the surveillance cameras from the day King died to figure out who he was meeting. They notice that everyone in the place ran out scared from the gunshots, except for one woman who walked out calmly, without fear. They also spot several people on the street caught on different cameras. All this was figured out by a small group of smart young teens, boys and girls. They managed to identify one of the women, find her name and hobby, and even track down her location. Mary asks Christian, "Who are these kids?" He tells her, "That's my team. There's a lot of them, don't worry." They see the woman was recording one of her friends in the street, and maybe her camera caught the face of the woman King met at the lounge. After searching through a bunch of security footage, They find out her name is Pam. They hack into her device and print out a fake paper to get her to stand up from her seat. Then they access her computer. Of course, Mary, the righteous one, objects. She doesn't like what they're doing because it's illegal, and cops would punish them for it. The kids take full control of Pam's house system, trying to find the photo they need. After a long search, they finally find it. A picture that shows the face of Addis, the woman who was with King before he died. Christian, his brother, and Mary all stand in front of the photo wall. They ask themselves, why was King meeting with a hired killer who murdered all these people? Braxton responds, she didn't kill all of them, pointing to a few of the victims, saying she had nothing to do with them. Mary asks, how do you know that? He says, just guessing, Mary. Then Mary realizes Christian's brother has some connection to the suspect because of how dumb he acted. They stare at him, and Christian says, wait, are you seriously confessing to first-degree murder like it's nothing? Braxton goes, I'm just hinting. I didn't say anything. Mary storms out of the house, super pissed because she doesn't want to deal with a killer. Christian tries to explain that those people might have been bad guys, but she snaps back at him, that doesn't justify what your brother did. Then we get Braxton's hilarious line as she's leaving, watch your step, lady. After Mary gets in the car, she realizes they still haven't taken out the guy in the trunk. She comes back and tells them, come on, get him out. I need to go now. They refuse to unload the guy, so Mary just takes off with him still in the trunk. We cut to a scene of Gino's son, Albert. He's still alive and held by the gang. Then we jump back to the pizza shop owner, who's now being interrogated. His lawyer claims he was just helping a kid. Why are you accusing him of human trafficking? They ask him about a guy named Sodie, the bite marks on his mouth, and the rat that was seen nearby. Mary tells him, you're more than just a corrupt guy. Help us out. The pizza owner admits he's their money man. He launders their cash. He explains they bring in people with no jobs or bad jobs and traffic them. Mary shows him pictures, asking if he knows any of them. He recognizes the photo of the mother, father, and child the family King was trying to find. He tells her that the mother, named Addis, had an accident 4 years ago, but she didn't die. Then he asks for a pen and paper to write down the hospital where Addis might be. Just as he's writing the address, a sniper, the same one who killed King at the start of the movie, shoots and kills both him and his lawyer from a building across the street. We go back to Christian, who's still working on the case. He learns about the accident that happened to the girl, her location, and which hospital she was taken to. Then we see Christian and his brother Braxton talking together, asking each other deep questions about their lives. Braxton tells him he's selfish and left his brother to live alone. Braxton adds, why don't you just get a dog or something to keep you company? Then Braxton gets emotional, saying, you don't love me. I don't know if it's your fault or mine. I always try to get close to you, but it feels like you're the one pushing me away. Christian breaks the tension and they both start laughing. Later, they hit a nightclub to hang out. Christian sees a girl. He seems interested. She comes up and introduces herself as Angie. She asks him what song he likes so the band can play it. Christian gets up and learns to dance from her. They dance together while Braxton watches, clearly impressed. Then Angie's boyfriend shows up and starts messing with Christian. Christian dares Braxton to hit the guy just to see if he really cares about him. The boyfriend punches Christian, and that's when Braxton goes off. He attacks the guy and trashes the place. Then they both leave. Cut to Mary at the hospital. She asks the doctor to help her figure out if Addis came there or not. At first, the doctor refuses and asks for a court order. Mary shows him a special badge. He looks at it and decides to help. He tells her what happened with the patient, that she had memory loss, and he was treating her. He explains something called the beginner prodigy theory, that some people who never had a skill before suddenly become masters at it. It's like their brain gets reprogrammed. But Addis's case was different. Normally, people get just one ability, like solving codes or patterns. But she had constant memory wipes and a strange energy for fighting. She learned how to fight super fast, beat up a guard, took his weapon, and disappeared. When they'd ask her about her husband or son, she would just whistle. Meanwhile, the young hacker kids have tapped into the doctor's system and watched everything about Addis. Cut back to Braxton. He gets a weird call from a boss. The boss asks about a girl who works with him and says, I just want to talk to her. I won't hurt her. He adds, since you're in LA, I'll send you a pic of someone I want you to kill. Braxton looks at the photo and is shocked. It's Mary. At the same time, Mary arrives at King's house and finds that all the photos and evidence are gone. Meanwhile, Christian is deep in thought. He hears a message on his brother's phone, checks it, and sees that the boss told Braxton to step away from the mission. He already gave it to someone else. Christian jumps on his motorcycle, tells his assistant to call Mary, and warns the police. His assistant reminds him that since he's an escaped convict, he could get arrested if caught. Then she tells him that they found Addis, and King wasn't killed because he was looking for her and her family. He was killed because he found her. Christian tells her to call Mary and let her know they need to find Alberto, Addis's son. We then see Addis heading to kill Mary. But Mary figures it out, knocks the weapon out of her hand, and they fight. Christian rushes to save Mary, but Addis has already grabbed her and kills her. Then Addis sees a photo hanging up. It triggers her memories. She remembers everything, how they killed her husband in front of her. Christian arrives and asks her, "Are you Addis?" She replies, "I'm not her anymore." He tells her that her son is locked up in Juarez. She walks away. Turns out, Mary's still alive. Christian tries to save her. The boss talks to Addis. She tells him someone interfered. Mary's not dead yet, and says, "The deal between us stays on until the agent dies." After that, Bert tells the boss to go to Juarez, take the kids out into the desert, kill them, and bury them. Back with Braxton, he's yelling at Christian, insisting he had nothing to do with this, and it's not his fault. The tension boils over, and they get into a heated argument that turns into a fight. Braxton doesn't want to go to Juarez anymore, but Christian insists, and Braxton reluctantly agrees to ride with him. Then we see Christian's team in action. They take control of drones to scan the area and locate the prison. Christian tells his assistant to wait until nightfall to make their move, but she warns him, "You won't make it in time, Christian. They're digging. They're going to kill the kids and bury them. You have to hurry if you want to save them." Christian and Braxton gear up, grab weapons from the car, and head out for the assault. They arrive to find a full army waiting for them. A fierce battle erupts. Meanwhile, a bus full of kids heads deeper into the desert. Christian and Braxton push through the guards, taking them down one by one. Braxton gets shot and tells Christian to save the kids and leave him behind. Running out of bullets, Braxton resorts to fighting barehanded. He's on the brink of collapse, but Christian refuses to leave him. He helps him up, and together they push on to rescue the kids. Braxton drives the truck while Christian covers them with his gunfire. They kill every last attacker until only one remains. He grabs little Alberto and threatens to kill him unless Christian drops his weapon. Christian steadies his aim and shoots him dead, saving the boy. They pull the kids out of the hole and reassure them, "You're safe now. It's over." Then we see Braxton, the cold-hearted guy, visibly moved by the kids' plight. He drives the bus to safety. Suddenly, he asks Christian to stop. Braxton spots a cat on the road and jumps out to save it. Now we cut to Prague. A man named Betrayal receives a call. A mysterious voice says, "You're the head of the biggest assassination network in the world." Betrayal replies, "Wrong number." She counters, "You're 52, of Russian descent, and spent 7 years in Black Dolphin prison." Realizing she knows too much, Betrayal asks what she wants. She tells him to cancel Mary's kill contract. He asks, "Why would I do that?" She says, "Let me tell you a short story." Back with Addis. She's eating at a restaurant when she receives a message with an address. She gets up and leaves. Castor and Rika talk to Betrayal's assistant, urging him to cancel the hit. The assistant exits the bathroom to find Addis waiting for him. She's there to kill him. She had torn her photo apart, separating herself from her husband and son, because she's a different person now and remembers everything the boss did to her. She kills the assistant. Back to Mary. She's recovered and doing well. She calls Christian, thanking him and Braxton, saying she couldn't have done any of this without them. We see Christian taking in the kids, now teaching them intelligence and critical thinking. He takes Braxton with him to return Alberto to his family. Braxton asks, "What are you going to do after we drop off Alberto?" Christian smiles, "I booked us a spot at an RV park. I'm finally cutting you some slack and taking you with me." Braxton beams with happiness. It's the first time his brother's really including him. He says this is what he's always been missing. Now they're close again, and the two brothers truly love each other. And just like that, our movie ends today. If you're vibing with the video, make sure to slam that like and spill your opinions and comments. I'm hyped to read them. And yo, gotta subscribe so you catch all the straight fire recaps coming soon.